Hello YouTubies, this is King Scribe. Now just let me slurp my white wine. Right, so I'm seeing more and more people asking for donations on YouTube and on Facebook and all over the place. And I want to warn the alternative community about this. You guys consider yourself to be awakened folks, right? You claim to be awakened, yet when you see somebody who makes a few videos, turns up on YouTube, maybe he's even a woman, and you actually like this person, and then they start directing you to donation sites, you seem to fall in line quite easily. The alternative community should always question everything, even their stars, on YouTube and in the alternative media. It seems to me that the alternative media, in some respects, not all of it, but in some respects, is turning into just another psyop of the real media. They're testing things out, and especially when I've seen some of them who have been on TV before. So I have to question things like this, things like people asking to donate to somebody who allegedly was found to have kiddie porn on his computer. Well, it wasn't actually that what they said. They called it indecent images, which could actually mean anything really, but he was allegedly discovered to have that. Yet he was, after being arrested by the police, and he did show a video where he was arrested, within a few hours he turns back up on the computer that allegedly his was taken off him for looking for this porn, because to actually look for porn on your computer they would have to take the computer off you. To do that, they take it down to the headquarters and they get the professionals to run through it, and that can take some time. Alright, they don't just then hand it back to somebody they are going to put on trial for having indecent images on their computer. They never do that, because they consider that there's going to be a risk that that person is going to try to groom kids, and also they wouldn't do that quick anyway. They would want to keep it as evidence. So if they found something serious on his computer, for instance, they would have removed that computer from him, and they would have stopped him using the internet. So I'm calling bullshit on the story. I'm calling bullshit. It doesn't make any sense. However, I'm an open fella. I'm an open-minded fella. The only way that could actually work, where they would actually hand the computer back, is if the indecent images were cartoons, which allegedly people have been saying have been arrested for. And of course, don't download any cartoons on your computer. You might get a bit of trouble. In fact, don't download copyright content onto your computer at all, right? Because if you're in the alternative community, you're going to be fucked sooner or later. They'll come down and they will investigate you sooner or later. But cartoons, yeah, they could come down, find those indecent images, and then give you the computer back, I suppose, because you might not really be seen as a predator. But if they want to charge you with something, it doesn't make sense for them to hand back the computer like that. And I'm sure the person involved with this donation site will now say it was cartoons that was found in his desktop. Well, why didn't they say that? Why didn't he say that in the first place? All right, I'm just making a theory of what actually could have happened. But I've never heard that anybody said it was cartoons that were found on his computer, because then people would actually see through the bullshit, and they would say, well, yeah, this is cartoons, he's not really going to get charged for anything, is he? He's not going down at all. But there's people coming online saying, please donate to him because he needs help, and then they show this picture of him. I'm not going to give the name of the person involved, I'm just not going to do it, but they show a picture of him with his family, right, looking miserable, and the kids smiling. It creeped me out. It creeped me out. Immediately I thought, that's a scam. That's a typical psychological scam, playing on people's emotions. I never trust anybody who does that. I am immediately suspicious of people who then ask for legal aid on the computer, get their friends who, for whatever reason, the alternative community has taken a shine to certain people who have only been on the scene. This is not from jealousy, by the way, because I'm not on this scene, but who've only been on the scene for a month or so, right? and suddenly it's being claimed that they've been there for a long time. So you don't know those people well enough anyway, and even if they are on the internet for a long time, you don't really know them personally to actually believe everything they say. Just because somebody isn't a psychopath or a scumbag doesn't mean they can't scam the fuck out of you. Alright? People need to learn this. And, there'll be people who disagree with me, but listen to this, right? I've seen comments on those videos and on these sites saying, he's a bit of a fraud. This looks like a scam to me. And then somebody from an anonymous group coming on and saying, oh no, I know him personally. He's awesome. He's a saint. He's only friends with the guy who is asking for donations. I'm sorry, am I missing something there? And then people say, oh yeah, right, okay. What? What the fuck are you guys on to actually believe that sort of stuff? I thought the alternative community was more awake than anybody else. Yet you are easily led into a scam like that just because you see somebody with a pretty face begging for donations to somebody else. You never question the fact that this might be some type of scam to get some money off you. You've got to be very careful the things you actually fall into. Money's precious, and a fool and his money are easily parted. So you've got to be very careful with what you do. Lovely wine. I just find the alternative community at the moment too trusting of people they see in the alternative media. And just because, they talk about topics they like doesn't mean you should trust them. In fact, even people I know on YouTube and Facebook for some time, I've questioned their actions before. I'm sure some of them have good reasons to do it, and I appreciate that, but I've questioned their actions because I've seen people just fall in line, saying, yeah, let's donate to that person right now. Anybody who asks for donations on the internet, you should actually question their motives. Alright? Because begging for donations is a sign of a scam. Always has been. Now that doesn't mean that there isn't genuine people who want to get donations to create good content on YouTube and the internet. Of course not. There will be people like that, but there will be few and far between. They'll be making a healthy profit from your naivety. So yeah, I just find it strange that, when somebody says, oh, this guy has been arrested and he's been found to have porn on his computer, and then people think, oh yeah, let's support him with some legal aid, let's send him some money. Are you guys daft as fuck? If somebody's found to be, criminal, you don't actually then hand them money just because somebody says, oh, the police are planting things on people's computer. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't really look like it. If they were planting things on his computer, for instance, you would have thought they would have planted something a bit better. If he's coming up now and saying, oh, it was cartoons, why would they plant cartoons on your computer? Why wouldn't they just go for the big hardcore stuff so they can get you sent down if they really wanted to do that? Why would they want to make it really difficult for themselves? I sense a fraud. I sense a con artist, and I sense somebody who is freaking me out because these people are turning you guys into fools. I don't mean like the Joker fool, the jester. I mean the fool who is easily parted with his money. Don't trust these guys, people. Don't trust it. Just because you see somebody you like on YouTube doesn't mean they're telling the truth. And how do you know they're telling the truth? Right? Just they talk about something you like. Therefore, that means these guys are really honest. There's nobody I agree with on the internet. There's never been anybody I 100% agree with in the world, right? Nobody. I don't fall into line like some people do. This is why I can safely say that I'm not a full-bred sheep. Like some people, I'm not going to do that. Now there will be people who come online and say, you're wrong and you're out of order to say this because of blah 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 blah. These people are good, these people are honest. Yeah, but you're saying that doesn't mean I should trust what you say. Why should I trust what anybody says that I don't know? And even if Look, I have family members, right, who I've known for years, and they let me down. And then somebody turns up on the computer from a Facebook site or whatever, comes on and says you can trust me, and I don't know them, never met them, don't know them for dust. I don't even know what they look like, half of these people. So should I automatically trust them? This is what drives me insane about the alternative community, because they claim to be the awakened folk, yet you're being led down the fucking garden alley. And I'm not even sure about the lady in question at the moment, who was asking for people to donate to a certain person, because there's something not quite right there, alright? And I don't know what it is, but yeah, it is one thing, right? There was somebody on YouTube, and he started to troll these people, and I watched one of his videos, and I thought, well, this guy clearly has people were calling him psycho and psychopath. He's not a psychopath. I thought he was more Asperger's type person. He's sensed something is not right, but he's gone out on the all-out attack. You've got to be very careful with this sort of stuff. Some people like to troll to wake up the community, but in doing so they could actually be trolling good people. So you've got to be careful with that, or making themselves look bad themselves. And I think one of the videos was way out of line, because it was just telling the person how scummy they were, and touching her hair. That doesn't make any sense. One of the other videos where he was actually going through this website and all that, that was beautiful. That was beautifully done. I like that. But the other video, that's a personal attack. You've got to be very careful with this. So yeah, I mean, I'm always suspicious of people, and cautious. You have to be cautious of these people who I don't know online, right? I don't know anybody online who I deal with. I've never met anybody online. I think I might meet Thomas Sheridan one day and a few others, but I don't know anybody online on my YouTube channel at all. I don't think anybody knows me. So you can't even trust what I say. That doesn't mean I haven't got a fucking good point. But it also doesn't mean you should go out and donate to people who are asking for your money. You seem to think that just because somebody isn't a psychopath, it means they're a good person. You're very naive, right? People who are good people can also have a little taint of darkness in their personality, right? And this is the sort of thing that might turn people into proto-psychopaths, actually, if it goes too far. But everybody has a darkness to their personality, okay? It doesn't mean they're a bad person, but it can mean that they can do con artist stuff and all this rubbish. But yeah, don't trust anybody who begs you for donations online and comes up with some sob story. Yeah, don't trust them, because you're being led down the garden alley. I can guarantee it. I mean, ask them for legal aid on the computer. The story doesn't add up, and is it really life-threatening? Is it really that serious that you need to ask total strangers for money? You make it sound as if the world has fallen apart below your feet. There's real people suffering in the world, and people want us to donate to people just because they come up with a sob story and have a good family and a big plasma screen TV. Yeah, I saw that from behind. You guys are not doing too badly, are you? Yeah. This is the thing. People don't realise. They don't look at things properly. They just see the family picture. Have a look behind the family picture, and you can see the big plasma TV screen. I mean, how can you fall for this rubbish? Anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye for now. See you later.